What's up everyone, it's Ironman67 here, and today I'm playing some Battlefield 3. I'm going to be doing a live commentary today, so... Oh no. Where'd this guy go? Got him. Alright, so... It's been quite a while since I've done one of these, done a live commentary, so I think... I really enjoy doing these, I find them really fun, so I think I'm going to do them more often. And, hopefully it'll go well. And this video, I think I'm going to talk about the most recent Battlefield 3 patch. I know it's been a while since the patch, but I've had time to play it and form my opinions about it, so that's what I'm going to be talking about today. Alright, so first off, I think I'm going to talk about the weapon changes, how the weapons have changed and how they play now. So first, I think, I really think that was hyped up, because for me, most of the weapons didn't change all that much. There were a few that did, and but most of them didn't. And the thing about the foregrip and suppressor, how it was going to be really ineffective, I haven't seen that. I don't think it turned out to be like that at all. Because I can still use it, and I think it's still very effective. For instance, I've been messing around with it with the M16. It's been working really well. Let's see. I'm using the AN94 right now with a foregrip, flash suppressor, and a Cobra sight, and it's working really well. The AN94 is one of those guns that did change quite a bit in the patch. It became super effective because of they allowed you to shoot much faster with it in the bursts. Whereas before there was a limit on how fast you could shoot it, so you couldn't shoot it very quickly and it wasn't very effective. So it's been a lot better since the patch. It's a much better gun and a very good choice. Whereas before it wasn't that great of a choice. It still was a okay choice, but it really wasn't a choice that you really want to choose, because there's a lot better guns. Don't shoot me, don't shoot me. He got up and I didn't look at him in time. Other than that, most of the weapons didn't seem to change too much. The USAS was nerfed. It still is a pretty powerful shotgun, but nothing like it was. I don't know what this guy's doing. I think he's just parking, waiting for the helicopter or a tank or something. I don't know. Yeah. All right. So so the USAS was nerfed. Most of the shotguns seem to get a buff, which I don't know if that was such a good thing, because most shotguns, especially the Dow, I think it's called, if I'm thinking the right one, is way more powerful than it should be. Shotgun should be really good at close quarters, but not that good like it is right now. So that's one thing that I have an issue with. And then the snipers. The snipers were drastically changed, which I was really looking forward to. But after the patch, they changed so much that they weren't the same. They can kill one shot at close range, but they're not as good as they were, which is disappointing. They just don't seem to perform as well, and which I'm disappointed in. They performed really well, and most of them changed, and I just haven't been playing Recon too much anymore because they just don't seem to work like they should. I hope that gets fixed, because they just don't seem consistent. Every time they seem to do something different when I use them, and I'm pretty disappointed in that. But so overall, well, 18 mines. I thought it was C4. But overall, most of the patch has been really good. But, like I said, I think it was overhyped with the gun changes. Because I haven't seen a huge impact, a huge difference with how the guns actually work now. The M16 with a foregrip suppressor seems to work just as well as it used to. It isn't as good isn't as good at long range like it was, but it's still very effective. At long range, it takes a couple more shots, but it still works really well. The next thing I think I'm going to talk about is the suppression. The suppression mechanic was changed quite a bit. Wow, I failed. Failed. But yeah, the suppression mechanic was changed a lot. I think I'm going to change my weapon here. It was changed so much that people were afraid. People are now, like, really afraid of the suppression and how much it affects you. Now, it does affect you a lot, and there are times where, for instance, people were talking about how it seems the guy who shoots first wins the gunfight, but I haven't found that to always be the case. I found that I win just as many gunfights as I used to, even if the guy did shoot first. As you can see, I am using the M16 foregrip suppressor, and I think I'm just gonna run with this and show you guys how it actually works right now, and it seems to be just as good. But really, a lot of the people were concerned with it, and that they're going to have to take a lot more cover, and it's going to be more difficult to play, and it's going to slow down the game. But really, I haven't seen that it's done that too much. For me, at least, my gameplay hasn't changed. How I play the game hasn't changed too much at all. I still play as aggressive as I used to, and I haven't seen that it's been too affected by it. And that's the same with the guns, like I was talking about. I just don't see that it's changed all that much. I think the main reason why you don't see people using these setups anymore, and why people are afraid to use them, is people such as Level Cap, which he makes great Battlefield videos, but he's more concerned about the... I thought I killed him. No. Wow. He's more concerned about the technical aspect, the stats of the weapons and things, and because of that, people pay attention to it and go, oh, so the stats are going to change, and it's going to be this drastic change. It's going to be crazy because of the stats. But personally, I don't worry too much about the stats if it plays well for me, if I can use it, if it feels good to me. I go more by feel and performance for me instead of stats, because there's a lot of guns in different games, and this game, excuse me, with stats, and I can go look at the stats and go, oh, that's going to be a horrible gun, I'm not ever going to use that. But I'll use it, and it works great. I don't have a problem with it, and I do much better with that gun than I would maybe some of the other guns, which, you know, have better stats, for instance. It just depends on my mood, and what gun works for me. I really am not concerned about the stats too much. So, like I said, it just hasn't changed my gameplay too much. Let's move on to the vehicles. Now, vehicles have changed quite a bit. For instance, you guys probably already know this, but just to point out again, RPGs now take down helicopters in one hit, which is great. I have a hard enough time hitting them, and when I do, it's frustrating that they don't blow up with one hit like they did in Bad Company 2. Before that, the best way for me to take down a helicopter, and it worked really well for some reason, was actually the grenade launcher, the M203. it took down them much faster than I was able to take them down with a RPG, with a grenade launcher. It was really weird. I don't know why it worked that way, but it did. But yeah, the RPG aspect is a great change, I think. Now, tanks are pretty much sitting in tin cans now instead of an armored vehicle, which is disappointing. I like tanks. I don't use them. I'm not too big on the whole vehicle aspect of Battlefield. I do like it. I like infantry a lot more, like how the gunplay works and everything. But when I do get in vehicles, I like to be able to use those vehicles effectively. And now, if you get a good team, a good engineer team, or just one good engineer, you're taken down really quickly. And unfortunately, you don't have much time to get away, because if they can get a good, effective RPG on you, one shot, and you are disabled. The problem with that is once you're disabled, you can't move as quickly, and you can't get away. Which means it's really, really hard to actually use the tanks now. And it takes a lot more getting used to, which I'm working on it, but still, I try to get out of the way of that. But I am still disappointed in the way it works now, and how easy it is to take down the tanks. It's nicer that it's easy to take down the tanks, but I think it's too easy, and it's not very balanced. Many people have said this, and I agree. If they would just take away the disable aspect, it would make the tanks much better, because if you could move quickly and get out of that area before they get to destroy you, I think it would make it a lot quicker, a lot easier for you to use tanks. But I don't quite know how it would work with the disable if they took it away. It would take away 100 extra points. So I don't know if they'd redo that in a different way, like if you, like in Bad Company 2, they could do tank damage, like they did in Bad Company 2, where you did so much damage to the tank and you get tank damage or vehicle damage or whatever. I think they already have that though. But if they just took away the disable aspect, it'd be much better. Now let's see. Where'd I get shot from? I have no idea. Where's the engineer? It's over here. Alright, I'm getting shot with a sniper. There's a guy right here. Yeah, it's a sniper. I don't know where he's at though. I bet he's at his base, probably sniping at me. But yeah, like I said, the patch really hasn't changed my gameplay all that much. Now, there are many guns that have taken a drastic change. The AK-74 is much better, which I'm happy about because I love AKs. It was good before, but not as good as other guns, and there was much better choices. The G3A3 is really good now. The L85 is really good now. A lot of really good choices, and because of the patch, you see more people using different guns, and it's nice. The FAMAS has been nerfed, and it still works well, but it is extreme. It's an extreme close range gun. It's an extreme close range assault rifle. It only has 25 shots, which is really weird. It's a really odd clip size. But I can understand it. Kills really fast, and if you had 30 shots in that thing, it'd just be crazy. The AS VAL has that extended mag. Unfortunately, the AS VAL has a lot more recoil than it did before, and you have to get used to that. If you're used to the old AS VAL and you haven't tried the new one, you're gonna have to really get used to the new recoil. But overall, my gameplay really hasn't changed, and I think the patch was good. And there are some things that I don't really like about it, but it's just progress towards making this game better. So I hope you all enjoyed my thoughts, and I hope it gave you a different view on the patch. And if you enjoyed, please like and comment, and I'll see you guys later.